The Republican-controlled Wisconsin State Senate has voted to remove the state's top election official. Megan Wolf had been the nonpartisan administrator of Wisconsin's Election Commission since 2018. The commission is a bipartisan board made up of 3 Democrats and 3 Republicans. Yesterday, the state Senate voted 22-11 along party lines to fire Wolf. She's been the target of GOP attacks since the 2020 presidential election. Joe Biden narrowly won Wisconsin, prompting Donald Trump supporters to falsely claim there was widespread voter fraud. State lawmakers focused their criticism on Wolf's decision to expand the use of ballot drop boxes and make a temporary adjustment to nursing home voting. Both of those were done because of the pandemic. Now, Wisconsin's Attorney General is filing a lawsuit to invalidate the vote and keep Wolf in her position. And Wisconsin Attorney General Josh Kaul joins us now. First of all, do you think you can turn back the vote? What do you think happened here? Was this the politics of Trump at play?
Absolutely, it was. You know, we have seen relentless attacks on our election officials in Wisconsin for years now. What's really interesting is going back to about 2015, Wisconsin had a nationally recognized government accountability board that oversaw the administration of elections. Republicans were unhappy with them, so they replaced that board with what is now the Wisconsin Election Commission. They then got rid of the first administrator of that commission, and now they're going after the next administrator of the commission. The reality is that we have fair, free, and accurate elections in Wisconsin. We are often at the center of attention nationally about what's happening with our elections, and we've had those results reviewed through recounts, through lawsuits, and consistently what we've seen is that our elections are administered effectively. But because of these attacks on our elections and election denialism, our election commissioners and the administrator of that commission have received a lot of negative blowback. We had a hearing recently where election denialism was running rampant. And now what's happened is, even though there's no appointment of a new administrator and our state Senate had no authority to act, the state senators in the Republican Party were so interested in putting their stamp of approval on this election denialism that they took a vote they didn't have authority for. So we filed suit. I'm confident that we are going to win this suit and that our administrator will remain in office moving forward.
So let's say you do win. Does it still fix the problem? Is this part of a bigger picture problem?
Well, it'll fix the immediate problem. You know, there has been some uncertainty created because of the Senate's action. I had written a letter to the Legislative Council explaining why this would be unlawful. The Legislative Council itself, the nonpartisan attorneys for our legislature, put out their own memo that agreed that the Senate didn't have authority, and yet they moved forward. So having a court ruling will provide some clarity. But the bigger picture issue is not going to be solved by this. As I mentioned, we have had consistent attacks on our democracy in Wisconsin. You know, at the same time this is happening, we're having a discussion about the potential impeachment of a state Supreme Court justice who was recently elected. So pushing back, ensuring that we continue to protect democracy in Wisconsin is critical, and this lawsuit is one part of that broader fight.
General, I'm curious about the legal process here. My understanding is that the commission that this legislature created voted unanimously to keep this administrator in place, including the votes of Republicans on that commission. Is this going to be really a challenge to the validity of the underlying statute that created the commission? Or is this all going to be about these senators simply not having the legal authority to fire anybody that is a member of this commission?
Yeah, in terms of the case itself, you know, the statutes require that there be a certain number of votes, a majority, for there to be an appointment in front of the senators that they need to vote on. That didn't happen here, and so because of that, they don't have authority here. But to your point, Republican commissioners support this administrator. They voted in favor of her, so she's received bipartisan support. And despite that, we have seen this effort to remove her from office. So I think it is fair to say that there have been attacks on this commission. Again, it's a commission that Republicans in our state created less than a decade ago. And what's really going on here is that Republicans are unhappy with results of elections, and rather than doing some self-reflection, they're going after the folks who are administering the elections. That is wrong, and that's why we're standing up against this.
All right. Wisconsin Attorney General Josh Kaul, thank you very much for being on the show this morning. We appreciate it, and we'll be following this.